Dear students, welcome to Academia Ambala. Now let's cover the third and the very last part based on the topic Modern Trends in Indian Art. Over here, we would be talking about Progressive Artist Group, which originated in Bombay. Yes, Bombay, not Mumbai. In 1947, or let's say shortly after 1947. Movement of modern painting originated over here by the name of a group which is Progressive Artist Group. So this particular group was specially formed to escape the limits of both colonial academic art, that is more towards Western art, the kind of art that Britishers brought along with themselves, and the nationalist revival of the Bengal school. They basically wanted to express their originality in a free modern style, and they also wanted to explore the contemporary, or let's say modern international art scenario. They wanted to explore. So the founders of this particular group, which originated in Bombay, it was found by Francis Newton Souza, or let's say Souza, and S.H. Raza. Now, let me take the name of a very popular artist who was amongst the early members of this particular art group. We all have heard the name, and yes, it is M.F. Hussain. So, M.F. Hussain and Manasi De were the early members of this particular mentioned group. Almost all of the major artists of India in the 1950s, yes, you heard it right, almost all of the major artists of India in the 1950s were associated with this particular group. Now let's talk about one more very popular group which began in Delhi, and it was in 1949 that Delhi Shilpi Chakra came into being, and the founders for this particular group were B.C. Sanyal, Mr. Mago, Mr. Krishna, K.S. Kulkarni, and Dhananjay Bhagat. This particular group gave a new life to artists who specially migrated from Pakistan after partition. So, by the efforts of the artists who migrated from Pakistan after partition, they worked really very hard, and by around 1960s, there were many new art galleries, or let's say even better. Commercial art galleries came up in Delhi and also in Mumbai, whereas in 1947 and around that time there was not even a single art gallery in the mentioned cities. As mentioned, it then later in the 1960s became the hub for commercial art galleries. So this is the kind of impact that the mentioned Shilpi Chakra group had in the society. Now let's talk about the group which was founded under the guidance of N.S. Bendre, and it happened in 1957, known as the Baroda Group of Artists. So, in 1957, the Baroda Group of Artists was formed under the guidance of N.S. Bendre. Now, we would be also talking about the art scene happening in South India. Yes, meanwhile, in South India, artistic practices and education was moving parallel path towards modernism. When the mentioned reputed painter and sculptor from Bengal named D.P. Roy Chaudhary, he went to Madras from Bengal. Other very popular name is K.C.S. Panikar. He formed this particular group known as Cholamandal Artists Community in 1966. Cholamandalam Artist Community in 1966. So, we need to understand how all these artists, starting from Raja Ravi Verma, Abanindranath Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, Amrita Shergill, Nandalal Bose, M.F. Hussain, Manashi De, and so many more. All the artists, movements and groups came together and brought Indian art to the global platform. It was exposed to the international art scenario and got all the limelight that it needed and required. So, the popular scenario of Indian art which we see today is the hard work of all these mentioned individuals and groups and members. So, this is how we can say that major modern trends, it played such an important role in bringing Indian art scenario towards the modern twist. Thank you.